pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, you would take the roll.
Supervisor Regan.
Present.
Councilman Hanley.
Present.
I note the absence of Councilman Hart. Yes.
Right, he's excused from this meeting.
Okay. And then we have Code Enforcement Officer Jeff Baxa.
Here.
Town Engineer Stephen Canner.
Present.
Director of Finance Megan Monette.
Present.
Town Attorney John Duns.
Present.
Who's done? Chief Dunn.
Here.
And then we have our Youth Service Coordinator Laura Nassett. And our Director of Senior Services Mary Joseph.
Here.
And we have our Human Resource Person Laura Devine.
Here.
And Supervisors and Chiefs, Emily Rusty.
Present.
She is the Chief of Staff. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'm just saying because someone, what did someone say you were?
Oh, yeah,
Receptionist.
receptionist, yeah.
Yes, and she's way more than that. That being said, today I'm going to ask Megan this is a ask from our engineering department, and we met with Enterprise, and Enterprise has an opportunity for the town of West Seneca to piggyback on the county of Erie. So after that meeting, we gave that information to our finance director for the ask of a vehicle for the engineering department, which obviously we would be very receptive to the needs of the engineering department, because I think there's like 160,000 miles on that vehicle and it's really seen its last day. But that being said, Megan, I just want you to bring the board, and I know Mr. Tanner wants to be able to share any good news he can with his staffers too, so if you would be so kind.
So the opportunity with Enterprise Freight Management would be to enter into open-ended equity leases for our vehicles. So it's different from a regular lease that you see at a dealership that has limitations on your number of miles or your wear and tear. In an open-ended equity lease, your assets depreciated on your actual usage. So if you were to request, say, a police vehicle, they would do the bidding for the town, either through mini bids or through state bids, and you would get a fully outfitted police vehicle that would include any lights, any equipment that it needs. You would pay for that vehicle over the term of the lease, and they would provide you with what they consider a conservative residual value. They would analyze when the best time for you to get out of that lease is, and they would turn around and sell that vehicle, and the town would receive the difference between the residual value for the use that we actually had of the vehicle and the sales price. So in terms of a capital plan, that would give us the opportunity to turn over some of our older vehicles and get into newer vehicles at a lower cost to the town. And this is something we've seen a few other municipalities enter into recently. The county of Erie, the town of Cheektowaga just entered into it. There's 17 counties in New York State that have contracted with Enterprise Fleet Management. So we're in the early stages. You have to hand it off to legal to see, if this would work for the town, if this would work for our insurance carriers and things like that. But it could be a way to keep our capital costs down and to keep our fleet newer.
Yes, and the opportunity between those times of turning it in and taking on another vehicle, there's some revenues there that would be applied to the next cycle of purchasing or leasing.
The idea is also to keep the repair and maintenance costs for our older vehicles down by replacing them without a big upfront cost. And also, they said they have like some green initiatives with these vehicles that we could take advantage of.
And what happened for us is the opportunity for the engineering department, like I said, is in need of some vehicles, and budgetarily, this would be a good opportunity for the town to go in that direction. as far as the police department would be concerned, because they don't do any heavy equipment and any heavy used vehicles, but, that would be something I would ask the chief if he has, interest budgetarily, once we've hammered out all the details to, sometime next year to discuss that with finance office and legal. But Councilman Hanley, do you have any questions?
A couple of questions, but I don't know if you can answer them right now. Is there a maintenance agreement that would come with that lease, or would our mechanics take care of that?
It's one of the agreements that's, it's one of the agreements that's ancillary to the master lease agreement.
Okay, and is there a mileage restriction where the police department puts on more miles than maybe the engineering department? So is it restricted to, certain mileage?
No, the representative I spoke to said.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. So we'd like to move in that direction and just to start off with, so there's a lot of work that has to be done before that, but for the engineering department. And while I have Mr. Tanner here before he excuses himself, Mr. Tanner, do you have anything for the board?
I just wanted to make sure you don't have any questions related to the recent sewer backup on Seneca. Trying to keep you aware of what's going on over the weekend. With the large flows, some debris got in some manholes, and found out that there were some posts that were driven in the manhole when the county put in a guardrail a couple of years ago. County's been very receptive, been out here helping us with the repairs. They're gonna do traffic control tomorrow and get the repair done. But there was a backup on Seneca, caused, basically from post through a sewer main. The sewer crews responded very quickly. We were able to remove a lot of debris before there were, further backups into houses, and the situation is under control. Also, for the board and also for the public, there's gonna be a major water line repair on Green Hill Terrace this Wednesday. The water in that neighborhood, which affects all the homes in the circular subdivision, I think it's around 76 homes, don't quote me exactly on that. They'll all be out of water for basically 8 hours during that day. We've dropped off notices at each house today, Ron file, and Ron also gave a code red message to Chief Dens to broadcast to the people in that neighborhood.
Very good, nice job.
Thank you.
Yes, and Mark Hummel did a great job too.
Yeah,
And
very
Megan,
impressive.
thank you for that presentation. I just didn't know if Mr. Tanner had any questions for you. But
Not at all.
thank you for giving us that whole update. I appreciate that.
Yep.
And I appreciate the hard work you put into that. And with that situation, when will we have a resolve to that on Seneca Street with the county? Are they repairing that now?
The county is going to do the guardrail. Our sewer repair contractor is doing the sewer repairs. From there, I can talk with John Fenns on cost recovery.
Okay, good. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yes. Do you have something, Mr.
No, there was something, if I had one question, would be, are they going to replace the section, or are they going to repair the section?
The section where the post was pounded through the sewer main, we'll do a full-length repair, meaning that we'll take out the section of pipe
Okay.
and put in brand new pipe,
Okay.
and then connect it with the repair coupling at each end.
Thank you.
In the manhole, it wasn't in the middle of the sewer main, so we're gonna take it out of the manhole and patch the manhole.
Okay.
That is, there were two different locations
Yes.
where the post went into the
Yeah.
sewer.
Wow. Very good.
All right,
Okay, great. Mr. Tanner, you're excused.
thank you.
Thank you. Feel better.
I think you've done it. You're done. Okay, good. So,
Okay.
thank you.
How are you, Jeff?
Good, how are you?
Do you have anything for us?
Not today.
Nothing. Okay, very good. Thank you. Emily, do you have anything for us? Or Divine, do you have anything for us?
I do.
Very, very good. You can sit in that English seat if you want to.
problem with this microphone, and so we should leave it off.
Okay.
Me and the superintendent are usually loud enough.
Okay, well, thank you. Good afternoon. I just wanted to give an update. The New York State sexual harassment law is in effect now, so we're working with all the department heads, and while everyone's here, I just wanted to let you know that we'll be having some trainings with groups, with them live, and other trainings will be done online. And that we've determined that based on whether or not groups have been through live trainings within the past year or so. So if anyone has questions about it, please let me know. We'll send out information to department heads first before we send it to the employees. And our goal is to train as soon as possible. The state did say that the requirement to train got pushed back until next October, but we feel that it's a smart move to train everyone sooner than that. So, thanks.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you very much. Mary Joseph, do you have anything for us?
I just have one thing, tonight's agenda item, well, one is just to go seasonal, but the other one is a new hire, and that's to replace the, position of the van driver of the one that passed away a few months ago. So it's not like well, it is a new hire, but it's not like, we're not adding, it's just replacing. So,
Very good.
I don't know if you have any questions about that, either one of you, or do I have to be here tonight to explain it again?
No, you don't have to. I mean, you're not, even if you did increase your numbers by staffers, we only pay them as the hours that they work, and
Right.
it's always nice to have enough backups. because
Right,
you
and
never
he's,
know.
gonna be, 1 day a week, which is what Gary did, and then a backup,
Yes,
so,
yes, and he's a very nice man, Mary.
yes.
I've worked with him, he was a catechist together
Right,
for
for
23
many
years
years,
at Queen
yeah.
Heaven, and at Queen Heaven Cardinals, so he's been a part of our community for many,
And he's
many years.
volunteered at the center, for the last couple of years also, when we have our big events,
Yeah,
for a
Good
ceremony
guy.
lunch, so.
very nice man. Thank you, Mary.
He just finished work at, Union Medical.
Yes,
He was a driver there, so
yes.
he wanted to do something, but not as much.
Well, I don't want Mr. Notaro telling us that we took one of
We
his
did take
better
one.
employees.
Because he had to train the other one until he was available.
Oh, see, okay.
But thank you very much.
No, thank you, Mary. And a job well done. Your Halloween party was a blast. Your anniversary party was well done. People just loved it. You're doing great
It was
stuff down
fun.
there. Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
This Friday is our Veterans Day celebration lunch.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yes.
Well, I will see you then.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice. Lauren Massa, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you have anything for us?
Just two quick things. I'd like to thank our sponsors and all those who attended our annual Enchanted Path event last Friday. We had 473 visitors. The event was not only a spectacular time, but it was also a great opportunity for the public to visit the CCL and see what our space really is about. And Breakfast with Santa tickets go on sale next Tuesday, November 13th. The event will be held on December 2nd at the West Seneca Senior Center, so thank you, Mary, for hosting us again.
Yes.
And more information can be found on our website and our social media pages.
Very nice. Thank you, Lauren. That's wonderful. Keep up the great work. Chief Dens, how are you today?
Doing well, madam, how are you?
I'm well. Do you have anything for us?
I have two matters.
Yes.
First, I'd like to remind everybody, and I will again tonight, that the street parking ban will be going into effect on the 15th of this month.
Okay.
You won't be allowed to park in the street from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. overnight. This is to keep the streets clear for plowing, and that will be going into effect on the 15th. Secondly, I am asking for an executive session regarding a matter relating to the appointment, employment, promotion of a particular person.
Okay. The appointment? and promotion. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Chief.
Chief, just for the record, can we say that there will be no extension, that the ban will go effective the 15th?
If that's what you so desire, Councilman.
Way to avoid all the phone calls we get when there's no snow and it's warmer.
We just like to say that it's just going into effect the 15th. We will be enforcing it starting the 15th.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Councilman. Town Attorney John Fence, do you have anything for us today?
No, I'm fine. Everything's great.
Yeah, well, very good. Thank you, John. Megan Wennick, our finance director, do you have anything for us besides that good work that you put together for leasing?
I do have two things.
Yes.
One, when reviewing the tentative budget, 3 detectives were budgeted for under the police officer line. So their salaries will be moved from 13120, 154 to 13120, 153. This doesn't affect the total amount budgeted, only the line in which their salaries are budgeted for. That'll bring the number of detectives to 9 and the police officers to 43.
How many new hires do we have in the police department budgeted for in this budget, 2.5?
Yes. My second is that we went live with the new accounting system Munis as of October 1st. We are still bringing over some of the legacy data from our old system since we were paperless. In our old system, it just is taking a little longer to get it all into the new system, but we're doing well with that project. As part of switching over to our new accounting system, we're also switching to the purchase order system. This will be a mandatory implementation as of January 1st and puts the approval of the purchase before the purchase itself. The Youth and Recreation Department has already fully implemented the use of the PO system, and I've set up meetings with all of the other departments to go over how it's gonna work for them, and to encourage early implementation of the system.
Councilman, do you have any questions on that purchase order?
I do not, I actually sat with Megan, we talked briefly about some of the issues as well, but I fully endorse the purchase order system.
This is something we've been asking for about the last 7 years.
Yes.
And that being said, our KBS system really couldn't support it, but this is an opportunity for better checks and balances and an increased oversight in each department. So the purchase order, I know a couple people have said, oh, well, when we get a project right away, what are we going to do? You know what, you're gonna figure it out. And at the end of the day, that's the way it has to be done. So every change we have made administratively here has been unfortunately uncomfortable sometimes because people like the way things were done and for years and years, decades and decades. When I first started here, people were putting their time in on a piece of paper. Now, you know, we don't do any of those things. Everything, we're almost completely paperless. We're working on the assessor's office right now with document management. I want to thank our town clerk again for helping us along with Connie Minor with the implementation of that grant. Once that particular project is completed, the assessor's office will no longer have all these number of file cabinets. We'll be able to make some better space in there and make for a more comfortable office. But at the same time, the most important takeaway is that the town will be paperless, which is what our goal is. And it's been really well received. I know Jackie's done that in her office. I know Building and Plumbing have done it too. So we're really in a good shape as a municipality. We're way ahead of the curve as far as other municipalities. So for that, I'm thankful. And I'm thankful for the cooperation with the employees. So that being said, I am going to ask Jacqueline Felser if she has anything for us. No? Okay, very good. And Councilman Hanley, do you have anything?
I do nothing to add.
No? Very good. So we'll make a motion, if that's okay, to go into an executive session. This executive session is the ask of our Chief of Police, Daniel Denz, regarding an appointment and a promotion.
Second.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. So the next time we'll be back here is at 7 p.m. for our regularly scheduled town board meeting. At the town board meeting, just for a notification, the town will be, the public hearing on the override for the tax cap we will close that public hearing. We have only received one response to the budget. And so that being said, tonight we'll close the public hearing. Just for people's information, we will approve the budget at the next town board meeting, which is November the 19th. Thank you, everyone, and have a good afternoon. See you later.